And welcome to a quick edition of KitchenGoat.com. I'm Jason, and today we're in sunny Florida. And traveling around, we're trying to support local businesses. Is that possible? I think it is. And today, I'm here with Kevin Escobar, and we're going to talk how even traveling, you can support local businesses. So, Kevin, you've driven up from your farm, and why don't you talk to us about your farm, your unique history with farming, and why is it important, even for travelers like ourselves, to support local businesses?
Well, thank you for having me, first off, and I've enjoyed our conversations and opportunity to meet you. Uh, my wife and I have a cattle business, cattle operation that we raise uh, Brangus, Angus, commercial cattle primarily, along with a registered beef master herd program for seed stock production. We're in Dade City, Florida, and we we do this because this is what our passion is. Our passion is to provide a healthy, sustainable product for the public and for the American consumer. Um, our backgrounds: my my father was born in Cuba, and so this makes me a first generation rancher in the United States. But my family had a ranch in Cuba, and my grandfather took over after his father started it, grew it to a very sizable ranch, and unfortunately, because of communism, everything was taken away. The way that it worked when Fidel Castro took over is with communism, you don't own anything. You have no personal possessions. Two guys in a military jeep rolled up one day and knocked on the front door of their house and said, "Just so you know, you can stay here, but you don't own anything anymore." And just like that, it was over. He went from all that to nothing with three kids, the oldest only being 13 years old, and left that country, going to another country that he didn't even speak the language of, with only the clothes on their back, all for the purpose of finding an opportunity for freedom for his kids and future generations of his family. So because of that, we've got this opportunity today. And my wife, she's a sixth generation Floridian. She comes from the Pierce family, which was one of the original pioneering families of Florida. And her family has been in the cattle industry and still have other branches of the family that are still in the cattle industry here in Florida today. So this is part of our heritage, not just a passion. We say that we do this to honor faith, family, land, and our heritage, and that's what it all boils down to.
So, folks, this is why you don't put ketchup on your steaks. um, so, Kevin, you took me to some places today.
Mm-hmm.
Explain to me, why did you pick those places, and why is it important for people that are coming to visit, for them to support places like that and yours while they're camping or staying an extended stay here in sunny Florida?
Well, I think that there's a large desire by the average person to want to support local businesses, local producers, ranchers, farmers, and so forth. Um, but people have a hard time realizing how accessible it really is. And so what we did today, I set up for you just a few places where we went to a local blueberry farm that is in season now. They just finished their strawberry season, but they do strawberries, blueberries, sunflowers, um, peaches. Peaches are coming up in a few weeks or a month away from being in season, but it's all family owned and operated, and you could be just miles away from Disney and be able to shop for local produce. We also took you to a orange grove that is set up for family convenience and family fun. They have some monster truck tours where they turn some buses into lifted trucks, if you will, but they take you across 2,500 acres of Florida landscape that combines the natural vegetation and wildlife and wetlands that they're growing their oranges right there along with it. Right. And that's the sustainability part of agriculture that unfortunately is not talked about enough. You can buy it all local, just miles away from Disney. So if you can do it from there, you can do it anywhere.
Right. And for those of you that don't want to do a farmer's market per se, or can't find one, this guy here, what he did was he took us to Publix and sat there and said, okay, we've got local corn, local tomatoes, and then we looked at limes and avocados, which are, correct me if I'm wrong, they're local products in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And because they were from another country, we're not going to use that today. I'm not saying you can't, I'm just saying, today we chose not to. So we've got our Ebar Cattle Company bags. These are great, and when you order some of this lovely beef that we're going to make into a killer cheeseburger. And we're going to use some other ingredients, and Kevin's going to share with us something from his table that his wife calls cowgirl
caviar.
Cowgirl caviar. And I'm going to show you how to do it, and we'll be right back. Okay, so 6 feet apart here.
There you go, man.
And here's what we're going to do. I've got these super duper cheeseburgers that we're going to make with this super duper local meat. Folks, you come down here to Disney, call this guy up. I'm sure he'll even drive up here to get it. You're only, what, an hour away?
About an hour away from
About an hour
Orlando,
away,
yeah.
which means about an hour and 10, but regardless. So,
other side.
oh. See, I still don't know what I'm doing.
Put a little bit of pepper on each of these undersides and a little bit of salt. The great thing about our grass-fed, grass-finished beef and buying local is that you're able to get specifically grass-fed, grass-finished beef. The having grass-fed, grass-finished is higher in vitamins and minerals: copper, zinc, iron, selenium, magnesium, vitamin A, vitamin B12, many other things that we need in our bodies. It's much lower in cholesterol than grain-fed beef is, which produces omega-6 fats. This is very high in omega-3 fats, which are the good fats that we need in our bodies. We always think of fish oil and avocados and nuts as good sources of omega-3 fats, but grass-fed, grass-finished beef is one of the highest omega-3 providers in a protein dense and rich food that you can get. So With Ebar Cattle Company, that's what we provide is grass-fed, grass-finished beef, locally sourced. You know exactly where it came from. That's one of the great values of buying our product. There's no growth hormones, no steroids ever used in our product, and it's all humanely raised. We use good pasture management in the way that we raise our cattle as well. So it's a very sustainable product that's very good for the environment as well.
You know what? I bet it's pretty tasty too.
Let's get that one, a little bit of salt and pepper on that side. Grass-fed beef does cook quicker because although it definitely has fat, but it's the good types of fats, so it will cook out quicker. What we are using in this is about an 85-15 lean grind, so you still an appropriate amount of fat for like a good juicy burger, but not overly fat. You can see here if we move the spatula, there's hardly any grease in the pan at all. And that's because although it does have good fats that are going to be juicy when we open it up, it's not drenched in the high fat oils. So
I bet it's tasty.
oh yeah.
We're going to find out. We'll be right back.
Cool.
All right, so
Right off the
moment of truth.
yeah.
Okay, what do we got? How's the inside look? Oh, I think that's about medium rare. What do you think?
I'd call it medium.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Look at that. Look at that. Now this was 100% locally sourced burger.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, the cheese and the bun were from the store, but we've got local condiments over here. We got to test that out. Go ahead, test that out. You're a big star now.
You're
Test.
first there. There you
Oh. So, folks, if I die,
All right, I'll do it first.
he's
for
the
you. I'll
one
do it
that
for-
got
I'll do
me.
it first for you.
He's the one that got me.
Ready?
All right. You know what? You're all right. So, remember, folks, even when you're traveling, you can source out local food from local people. If you're in Florida, check this man out. Remember, be kind, be excellent to each other, and I'll catch you soon. Have a great day.